Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Crossroads Today. Now here's your host, Roach Brown.
Good evening, and welcome to Crossroads. Crossroads is designed to address the issues of the criminal justice field with emphasis on the returning citizens. Crossroads is broadcasted nationally and worldwide on WPFW.org. WPFW is your station for jazz and justice. We invite our listeners to call in on 202-588-0893 if you wish to participate in our discussion. We have a guest in the studio this evening, a young lady who joined us before by the name of Miss Deborah Rowe from the Returning Citizens United. Now we'll get to our guest, Miss Deborah Rowe from Returning Citizens United. We have two topics we wish to discuss this evening. One is video visiting. The D.C. jail in Washington, D.C. is proposing or have already implemented or considered implementing video visiting for the families of men incarcerated or men and women held at the D.C. jail. You have to make an appointment to go, to get on the list, and visit your loved ones through video. How did you get involved with this, Debbie? Because we talked about it the other day. What is this new thing now? I heard it's going all across the country.
Yes.
State after state is beginning to move to visiting by video. What is that?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's another way of it's just another way of disconnecting the inmates from their loved ones and the support that they really need. The D.C. jail, we just learned about this about 3 weeks ago, everybody, but guess what? The space has been renovated. The monitors are in place. Their signs are up over at D.C. General. And listeners, just listen now. They took another building across the parkway, across the parking lot of the old D.C. General. D.C. General. It said D.C. General, so the families have to make the appointment online. Every family doesn't have a computer. And even if they have a computer, all of them don't have internet. But they have to schedule online. They go over to this building to visit them, and they across the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
But no one knew about this, the public, until a few weeks ago.
So it was already implemented.
Renovation and already set up. It hasn't planned and approved. And actually we learned that it was approved 2 years ago. And that the former director began, he's
Mr.
the
Brown.
one, that's Mr. Brown. And it was approved by the councilman over public safety. That's what was said to,
Is that Mendelson?
Yes, Mendelson. Now, I haven't heard that from Mendelson, but a few people that have talked to the new director, Mr. Faust, they heard that from him.
Mm-hmm.
So where we are, I got into it because for the same reason that I get into any matter that requires advocacy, we receive the phone calls from the families, from the inmates, from even other advocates. That this is what's happening, help us.
Okay. Call in. We got a couple more calls. Anita, thank you for calling in, Jackie. Anita, question or comment?
Yes, this is the new Jim Crow is in full effect.
Yes,
there you go.
That's right.
Hello?
Yes, sir. You're on the air. We got you.
Yes, I have a son that's in federal prison that's been in the hole for 6 months. Okay, they want to send him to the special management unit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bunch of crap.
That's right.
It's today the prisoners down D.C. jail. Tomorrow it's going to be in the grade schools. They're going to be locking them up in grade schools.
Mm-hmm.
We got to protest. We got to do some stuff.
What you just mentioned last week or 2 weeks ago, we did a show on solitary confinement and how many men and women and kids, over 18,000 men, women, and children are held in solitary confinement. Can you turn your radio down,
This
please?
program is pre-recorded. We will be unable to take phone calls. Again, this program is pre-recorded. We will be unable to take phone calls.
Confinement in a hole for 6 months, going on 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy, and if it wasn't for me and my family sending him, writing him all the time, keeping in contact, close contact with him, you know, I don't know how his mind would be. You know, being in a hole that long.
Yes.
You know, but we need to do something. I missed the last protest down DC jail, but
we'll be there again. We'll be there.
Deborah will leave her number.
My number. Yes, please keep listening, Anita. I'm gonna leave my contact information.
Okay, thank you so very much.
Okay.
You want to give it
Thank
now?
you, Roach.
Okay, thank you, Anita. Thank you. You want to give your number now?
Well, okay, it's 202-437-3439, and I'm Deborah Rowe. Anita touched on something else about the children. You know, in a lot of states, and it's happened, it's going to be here, they have what they call the student to prison pipeline.
Right.
And it's really targeting, in North Carolina, they have arrested over 20,000 youth that are disruptive in school. Most of them have HDT or just disruptive behavior.
Disrespect, infractions.
Yes, so if they yell at the teacher or anything, it's not suspension. They alert the police.
Yeah.
And they call that the student. Look it up. You can Google it. It's called the student to prison pipeline. They are an adult at the age of 16. But I'm talking about 11, 12, 13-year-olds. They send them straight over to the jail. They have a record after that.
You know, that's part of this thing, which it was mentioned about the new Jim Crow, a book written by Michelle Alexander. Mm-hmm. We had her on twice last year. And I'm telling you, it gets scarier and scarier. What's happening, well, I don't know what to say. It hurts. I feel it emotionally. I feel it very passionately. And something got to be done because the lady mentioned that her son's been in solitary for 6 months. I did 8 months in solitary. And when I came out, I was transferred to St. Elizabeth's Hospital. And I stayed there for 3 years. I lost my mind. I didn't know what my name was. And last month we did a show on the number of people in solitary confinement all over the country. Over 18,000 men, women, and kids are being held in solitary confinement. Some are just for, as Anita mentioned, for investigation. And after 6 months or a year, the investigation is terminated and they let you back out. But then you are in a devastated frame of mind. It is something need to be done. Before we go to the break, we'll take another call. Freddie, you're on the air.
Yes, good evening. Thank you for taking my call. My questions, I'm going to make it real short and brief. I have a grandson that just got some time this month. He had a public defender. I want to know that the public defender didn't defend him right. See, my grandson is suffering with mental things with like HDAD, or I think they would have called. He's been in all up and down school, and he got into some trouble. I'm in Maryland. And the public defender, how can I get a lawyer? Because we can't afford to get a lawyer that was really look into his illnesses and everything that may get his sentence reduced.
Well, how if he was sentenced? If it hasn't been 30 days, you have 30 days. You have to stay on that attorney, or you get another one to put in an appeal to submit an appeal for him. But call me. My number is 202-43.
Well, I'm driving right now, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, I call back to the station and get that number.
Yeah, you can call ask me and I give it to you. You can call ask me and I give it to you.
But it's very important that you have 30 days to request that appeal, that appeal be filed. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.